But he does kill Wolverine. Kinda. Non-canonically, but he does it. With a super sweet special sword that magically counteracts healing factors.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Peeves and Cues.
You do the best intros.
I'm Mr. Red, your host for the evening. With me is the Quaff Man.
What's up?
We have Clever Girl.
Hi.
And our special guest. Go ahead, special guest.
Hi.
What's up?
Oh, just special guesting around.
Alright, so this is Peeves and Cues. This is a podcast where we ask each other questions and talk about what's annoying us this week.
Adoring us this week?
Ignoring. Nope,
Ignoring us.
none of these
Annoying.
things. Wow, I am having a stroke, you guys. That's what's happening on this episode.
Do I smell toast?
Let me check.
Who's burning toast?
Yeah, toast.
Annoying. We're going to switch some segments up a little bit here. We're going to start with our peeves, talk about what's annoying us this week, as per the intro. Who wants to go first?
I think it's only fitting that we have our special guest go first.
There we go, special guest. Go first.
I mean, he'll never be on again, so.
Right, this is the last time we'll see him.
Let me just get my soapbox out. And there it is. Okay, so I work at McDonald's, and I like my job because I have good coworkers. It's not that bad. And most of our customers, because we're a small town, we have the same customers almost every day. We generally have a nice rapport with. They're pretty cool. But then there are some customers. Now, let me just explain this idea of the social contract. That we should all treat each other with the most basic dignity and
The
respect.
brotherhood of man, if you will.
So when I say good morning, the correct response is not to stare blankly ahead, not even acknowledging that I'm a human fucking person, and just blatantly handing me the card without even, I am not only a person, I'm genuinely trying to be nice to you. Mm-hmm. I want to be nice to you. Let me fucking exist, you asshole.
However,
that is rude. Always.
there are times where it pisses me off when people either in customer service or in wherever, they can't read the fact that I don't want to engage.
That's one thing. I think this is more of just a
right,
price.
no,
Yeah, but you can at least say, hi. And then you kind of get that
Even
social
then,
cue that, okay, you're not gonna...
It's
Just don't be a complete
It's the
and
social
utter
contract.
dick.
Don't ignore another human. We all exist, and trust me, I know you're it's 6 a.m. and you're getting your morning coffee. I was up at 3 a.m. to get you your morning goddamn coffee.
Yeah.
Would you just acknowledge my existence?
Did we start hanging out when I was still working at Kmart, or was that between?
I'm
before.
sure.
A little bit, but not often.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I used to work at Kmart, and I was a cashier, and that, I know exactly what you're talking
It's
about.
the worst.
It is. It's the worst, where people are just they don't even recognize you as being a human being. They're just no, you could basically be a robot. You're just here to get me my stuff. And
See,
take
that
my
I
money.
don't get.
And
I don't get.
it is some old men.
Yep.
And most 30 to 50-year-old women.
Yep. No,
They
exactly.
just don't care about
No, they
you.
don't.
It's
I know.
Yeah.
Oh.
What makes you so much better than me that you don't even have to acknowledge that I fuck off.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's you don't need to be this abysmal of a human being.
Just wait till it's at a place that people hate going to,
Oh.
which is where I work every single day.
Yeah, I bet.
And I know that you're not going to have fun while you're here, and I'm going to try and make it the best for you, so you don't need to already be in a pissy mood.
Right. You could easily be talking about me here.
I'm not talking about you.
Yeah. I hate going to the dentist, so.
I'm talking about you
What are you talking about me for? What are you talking about?
all the time.
Oh,
Talking
all the
about
time.
the bedroom.
How dare you?
Oh, wow.
No.
That was the best rim shot I've ever heard.
Oh, that was mean. I just now got it. Star Wars. No,
What?
nothing.
That was not. I'm not John Williams.
No, she's making a reference to her realization about finally getting what the title of Star Wars meant, where she's like,
Dawn of Justice. I was like, oh,
because Justice League.
Anyway.
Well, that's a good peep. I agree with you 100%. Usually when people have peeps, I'm like, well, it could be blah. No, 100% on your side here. Yeah,
Right. Treat people like people.
Yeah.
We are all in this together.
The world, the world's a pretty messed up place and awful. It's you can make that not as awful.
And I And I get what you're saying, that
Mm-hmm.
when you're just like, God, I am human, but I do not want to pretend to be happy when I'm not.
Right.
I get that too, but
Yeah.
like you can easily be like, hey, and then like here's my
Right,
money.
like
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
not been a human being.
Right.
But like if it looks like I clearly don't want to, I get what you're trying to do, but I don't need that right now.
Here's the
and
thing.
you keep going. Shut the hell up.
Here's the thing, Connor. I see where you're coming from, and I get it. If you're hanging out like with friends or whatever, or if you're like at work and your coworkers are like, "Hey, how's it going? Like, how are you?" and you're just like,
People
"Fine."
who know you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get both sides.
And if there's customer service people that are like really like pushing and like being overly like, well, how can I make your day better? It's like, I just want you to take my order, blah blah blah. And they're like, no, you're upset. I really want to like
God.
feel you. You're like,
Never.
you have
But
you
were
have to
clearly
stop
not
with this,
doing that.
right?
No, like that's the thing. We not only is it that I'm supposed to take, like my job isn't to take money when I'm in the back drive-through. My job is to greet people.
Right.
Like, it's not that I want to say have a nice day, because sometimes I don't.
want you to.
Some people I want to have a bad day.
I've literally not said have a nice day to customers who are like particularly the devil, Satan.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'll wait until they drive away, and then I flip them off when they drive away. Because I just can't handle it like
Yeah.
you are. I have called so many people so many terrible things. Not even because, like, there are customers I love. There are these two old guys come through every day. How you doing? Oh,
Every
nice,
day?
nice.
What do they order?
Just
Coffee.
coffees.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, it's really nice. They're awesome customers. But then there's some where it's just like, you are the epitome of everything that's wrong with humanity.
Yeah, I've said pretty much the exact words.
He has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I get both sides.
I have called a
once I'm
few
usually
people a
happy.
thundercunt before.
Wow.
I do that.
I lose it.
Yeah, I bet.
And then my coworkers get weirded out because I'm usually so nice.
You're right. All right. Well, Connor, Cough Man.
Yeah.
How you doing?
So,
Got a question for you.
No.
What's your
Peeves.
peeve this week?
Oh.
that's my peeve this week.
Dang it, I'm sorry.
Way to throw off on rhythm.
Way to ruin the joke.
Wow. Wow.
Why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave?
Get it in
Duplicity.
post.
See how it is? It's very not feminist of you.
Yeah.
Duplicity.
Yeah. Duplicity.
What does that mean?
Is
For the
it-
listeners, not me.
Is it the ability to dupe people?
Oh,
Yeah, when you can duplicate things, like in Pokemon, how you
No.
can change boxes and
All right,
save at the same time.
let me rephrase. Two-Face. Not the Batman villain.
Ah, okay. Two-facedness.
So, dichotomy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Hypocrisy?
Well, that's just the word that I know for
Yeah.
it, so I'm just making sure.
Hypocrisy? Question mark?
not necessarily. I mean, but like, for example, if you are say like it's a coworker situation.
Yeah.
You talk to this coworker, and like a coworker, is really very mean to you, but not in like a blatant like I hate you, just just kind of like a jerk.
Like acerbic and just
Yeah, and all
mean.
that.
Yeah.
But the second, like other people or certain people come around, they're fine, and they engage you as if like it's no problem. And all of that.
yeah.
I
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
right.
Woo.
It's just, I hate that. Like, I absolutely hate it. Like, if you have a problem with me, have a problem with me.
Exactly, yeah.
If you have a problem with me, don't be afraid to like show that you have a problem with me, because then
Right.
that tells me that you are just trying to be mean to me. Like, like you know what I mean? Like, because if you're trying to hide it, it's not. You're only hiding it for your benefit, not mine.
It's
I know you're an ass. You just did it.
Right, it's kind of like like in kid shows where like the babysitter's really mean, but when the parents come around, they're like,
Right.
"Oh, this was such an angel," and you're like, "Don't pretend to be a good person now. Like you were just
Yeah.
the worst. Keep being the worst." Like
Yeah.
it's very
Hashtag Icky Vicky.
Icky
I was
Vicky,
just
yep.
thinking that.
Yeah.
You're so icky.
Just like that.
You can't spell icky without Vicky.
Sure.
No,
Yes,
the
you
opposite.
can.
The opposite of that.
Oh my god.
I'm really happy that just happened to you guys. All right, this is terrible. Shut it down.
This has been a very special episode.
We didn't even get through all the
special
P's.
So is that
That's
yeah,
it.
That's
That's what's
it's pretty upsetting.
grinding my gears this
That's
week. I mean,
grind
that's
my
my
gears.
peeve this week.
Yeah, we can't use that phrase. Copyright.
Well, shoot, I was gonna say a really simple peeve that I had this week,
Oh,
but
that's fine, yeah.
we're getting so dark and
No,
gritty.
no. Mine's really light.
Yours
Mine's
is
really light. Yeah.
God, what do I want to say? Let's just jump over to you.
Okay, cool. Well, I forgot mine. So,
Shit.
all right. So, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. It's one of my favorite pastimes because, like,
Shocking.
there's a lot of them that are really.
Is it because they have YouTube Red now?
No, I don't have YouTube Red. No.
You have RedTube though, right?
Oh, I have RedTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's free. Everyone has RedTube. If you have the internet, you have.
It's in your favorites bar.
No, because other people can see those.
True.
It's just book. It's
Anyway.
not bookmarked, but it's like a. Anyway, but. Oh, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of them are like series of YouTube. Like, for example, Honest Trailers, which is one that I really like. It's really funny. But one thing Honest Trailers does, I tell a story to go with my peeves.
That's fine. It's
So don't
just
give
I
me
just
that
think of
look.
the time. Every time I hang out with Alex now, it's like, have you seen the Honest trailer?
Yeah, I've
And
been
I'm
watching
like,
a lot.
No,
I've
I
been
do not
watching a
watch
lot of
them.
Well, you will. I'll get you to watch some of them. But one thing they do in the front of every video is like put the comments for what commenters or viewers of his channel like want them to do next. Like saying, please do this movie or this movie, blah blah blah. And he puts them all up. And this isn't unique to Honest Trailers. Like a lot of other channels do this, and I think that's very annoying. They don't need to prove why they're doing the video that they're doing. They can just do it. Like they did Deadpool, and everyone was like commenting, "It's like please do Deadpool and all that."
Well, I think it's more of I think for that, it's just more. It's part of their gimmick. It's part of.
Oh, it's part of their brand,
It's
now,
marketing,
but they
because
didn't.
they're making money.
But they didn't need to do any. They didn't need to do that.
But I mean, it grows. Like it's the idea of including.
Yeah,
Because if you leave a post like, "Oh man, do this," and then they do it, you're gonna watch it.
yeah.
And so that's a way to get views quickly. And let's face it, YouTube is starting to become an actual video market.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I'm sure not every single person who said please do Deadpool shows up at the beginning of the Deadpool trailer.
Right.
Only some of them. So like, what if you're one of the people who said please do Deadpool? They do a Deadpool one, and your name's not on there.
Okay, well, dude,
Oh,
you just have to learn that in life you're not always gonna be glorified for every input that you give.
Alex, did that happen to you?
No, I didn't comment on that guy's channel. I'm just saying I find it annoying that, and it's not just Honest Trailers. Like any YouTube channel, any video, like has to like prove why they're doing it. That's how I take it. I just don't like it. I don't feel like they need it. They could just be like, Deadpool is a movie where blah blah blah.
Fair enough.
That's my peeve. Pretty light this week.
Okay, then
Nothing.
I will also go on the light side. So it's almost my birthday.
Hmm.
And so I was like, oh, what I usually do is I will go out and buy my own birthday gifts and then give them to my mother to give me on my birthday. So I'm going out. I know, that's just how our family does it. But go to Spencer's because I knew I wanted one thing from there. And so I go in. And I hate this every single time I go into Spencer's. And I do go in there a lot. But they have these life-size...
Dicks?
Dildos.
Guys, come on.
Don't they? Don't they?
Bunch of handcuffs.
I mean, yeah. But
Flasks. I've seen those. Huge. Anyway.
life-size Chucky dolls.
And
And not only...
Wait,
Not
life size
okay.
or like to scale?
to
to
scale.
scale of Chucky.
So like it's Chucky.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
Chucky.
It's just Chucky. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Huh.
And
it's
not
actually
only-
Chucky. It's,
Not only do they have them, which I hate, but they keep them at eye level. And they move them constantly. So I can never like walk into Spencer's and be like, okay, I know the Chucky dolls are in the back left corner. I can never do that. That's where the dildos are located. But
She knows.
I
Next to
know.
that, board games.
Yeah. But I swear, and I was like, okay, I'm looking for a lanyard. And
Yeah.
so she shows me to the lanyards, and then I turn around and I'm like, oh my, it's literally right eye level, and you're like, oh my god.
yeah. I
So
wonder.
every freaking time, I'm always like, hey, maybe they don't have them out because it's not near Halloween. No, they have them.
So were those good guy dolls? They were not like a real thing, right?
Yeah, they're My Buddy dolls.
But they're like good guy dolls were from the movie,
Right, they were referencing My Buddy dolls.
right? But like
Right.
that.
Chucky is literally just a fucked up version of an actual doll you could buy.
Okay,
Right.
I'm not saying like the cut up like scarred version, but I mean like in the first movie before like
Those
he
were
turns.
not real.
Okay,
Yeah,
did they ever
They were-
sell like an unmessed up version? They should do that.
No.
Oh.
That'd be
But
cool.
if you ever seen Poltergeist, that clown
Yeah,
They
that's
sold those.
Yeah.
That is real.
I would never want any of those within like 10 feet of me, or more than 10. Like,
Some comedian.
Dan Cummins
Okay, yes.
talks about how he had that, saw the movie, threw it away,
But because it's Dan Cummings,
and
I
his
don't
mom
know
put
if
it
it's
back
true.
in his room.
No! No. Nightmare.
Yeah.
Literally a nightmare.
And so he beat the shit out of it.
Yeah,
And then had to throw it away because he was scared it would get
But,
revenge.
but because it's Dan Cummings, like I almost don't.
Right, is
believe
it true or is it just
Still.
Man.
I love that guy. Though.
So it just makes me so mad. Like, why keep it at eye level? Because some like they used to keep it like up on the rafters,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay,
Well, if it's any,
Chucky can't get me if he's in the rafters.
if it were any other store, I'd just be like, well, they're just moving things around. But because it's
It's
Spencer's, I feel like they're
Spencer's,
doing
they
it on purpose.
They never have to move anything.
Yeah. That's really good. Yeah, I like that one. So that was Peeves, you guys. I feel like some of us had a lot to get out there, others not so much. That's good.
That was a lot. Oh, I hate it.
What we edited out is that I punched 10 kittens while we were going over the piece.
Well, I always edit those out. You do that once an episode, so
I mean,
That never
they're
makes the cut.
smug, okay?
maybe in our 100th episode we'll have you
They're
punching those
smug,
kittens.
okay.
So
No, we'll have him punch it live.
you know what we
Be live stream punching.
live stream punching, as is our way.
Yeah.
You know what segment we missed this week?
What?
How are you guys? How's it going?
Good.
Good.
How was your week?
My week was fine.
What'd you do last weekend?
Last week, I don't even remember.
We went to Motor City
Now
Comic
I
Con.
remember. We went to Motor City Comic Con. What did we dress up as?
Go ahead.
No, I was asking. I don't remember.
Alex, you know what we dressed up as. Come on.
Yeah, I dressed up as Indiana Jones.
Bum, ba-dum, ba.
And I dressed up as.
Did you go?
No.
Oh. I went and I went as Marion.
Marion Ravenwood. It was awesome. A few people recognized you, like without.
Without being around Alex.
Yeah.
That's
Which is
usually
cool.
how it goes because we've gone to like several conventions together, dressed up as like usually couples, and most of the time, like my character is the more famous of the couple, just because male characters are
Male-driven,
more.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And most people are like, "Oh, cool, you're Indiana Jones," and oh, wow, you must be Marion. That's awesome. Or like, I went as Star-Lord once, and she was Gamora, and that was awesome.
One time I went as Drax and they still called me like Gamora.
Are you Gamora? It's like no.
Rex the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Juggernaut. You're thinking.
Nothing goes over my head.
No.
I would catch it. My reflexes are too fast. Yeah.
Awesome, but we did not see very many costumes this time.
No,
that I
usually
can
we
remember.
see some awesome costumes. This time we saw like a few people that we've seen at other conventions.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah, they had. I always want to say Chewbacca's. They had Wookiees there.
Yeah, ton of Wookiees though.
Saw some great celebrities though. Can't think of them.
There were a few. There were a ton of Harley Quinns. There were there were a lot of Deadpools. There's always those
No, I
two.
mean like actual celebrities.
Oh yeah. Oh, guess who was there? I wanted to talk to you about this.
Alec Baldwin.
Cersei
No.
Lannister.
Oh, Lena.
I never know how to pronounce her name. Hedy,
Yeah.
Lena.
Yeah, Lena.
She was there.
Headey.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Sarah Connor from the TV show, as I know her from more.
Which is weird because Sarah Clark. Sarah.
Amelia Clark.
Why is Sarah? I don't know.
Yeah.
Connor.
Oh, I
She is-
just
she
noticed
is
that.
She is also Sarah
Two
Connor,
Game of
yeah.
Thrones actresses have played
Yeah.
Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Cool. Who else was there?
Well, Adam West.
Adam West and Burt Ward were both there.
The
What?
Catman was there
The cat.
from Fairly
Yeah.
Odd Parents.
The
Catman.
And nothing else.
Yeah.
And his ride was there. They had the Batmobile.
The Batmobile was there. There were a ton of really awesome people. There was
There was Tara Reid. I
Tara-
know, that was my reaction.
Tara Reid was there. Yeah.
Yes, that was a sound cue, not a fuck up.
We did
Connor
that.
had a stroke.
That was planned.
I'm spelling burnt toast, guys.
Daredevil. No, Punisher was there, and so was Foggy.
Aw, shit.
Oh.
I wish I had
I mean, don't hurt me.
They were both there. That was cool. There were a lot of really
There
awesome
was.
people there. There was
So Ball Chain was there.
Hmm?
Ball
Yeah.
Chain.
yes,
Back to the Future. Did you already mention her?
Lorraine from Back to the Future.
cool.
What was her name?
I don't know, you were at the Comic Con.
I don't know. I only know their characters.
I know Allison Mack was there.
Anyway, it was.
Oh!
She's from Smallville. She played Chloe Sullivan
Yes.
in Smallville.
Mhm.
That name sounds familiar, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a bond.
So we had a fun time.
Yeah, it was awesome. We saw a panel about this guy who was on Face Off.
The TV show, not the movie.
Yeah, not John Travolta.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage. That's a great movie, though. If you haven't seen that movie's awesome.
We have to get the Declaration of Independence.
I am the Ghost Rider.
I am the Ghost Rider.
I can't think of a single Nick Cage movie that I can reference. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Did you guys do anything exciting this week?
Last weekend I went to Cedar Point.
How was it? I heard a ride broke down.
Well, you were on it? Tell me
No.
you got stuck on top like in
They had to go
Vacation.
and get, like, they had to...
We were in line for that ride.
I bet. What ride was it?
It was the Raptor. It didn't break down. They
It ate
shut
a
it
guest.
down.
During
Because it ate a
during
guest.
a section?
No, like
I saw
like
Jurassic Park.
all of them were done. They were lined up,
Right.
but
there were people still
but-
on them.
right, they shut it down, but the locking mechanism was still engaged, so they had to manually get everybody out.
Right.
But the platform was right there. They were on the platform.
Oh, see, when I saw one of my friends also went that weekend, and
Okay.
they posted, like, oh, they have someone, like, going to, like, get them down. And I'm like, what? I have
No,
never
yeah,
heard
it was.
anything.
I mean, they were
Did
fine.
they say why? Because it was raining?
Wind.
Wind.
There was so much wind.
Okay.
Oh,
it was
wow.
horrible last
Yeah,
week.
it was
The weather
really bad.
was
It
terrible.
was super cold, super windy, and the lines were super long too because
I think it was opening week. Oh, because they had the coupon. Like,
yeah, well,
buy a
there was a
ticket,
lot
get
of
one free.
school like
band
end
kids.
of year
Yeah.
band kids or end of year like trips, and so like we were waiting 40 minutes to an hour, hour and a half for every ride. So we were there. We got there when they opened, and we left at 6:30. We read 5 rides.
Oh my god. Who'd you go with?
I went
Not that
with,
it matters.
I
Not that
went
any of you
with
care.
Yeah.
Rebecca, Lance, Emily,
And Taylor.
Taylor, his girlfriend.
Oh.
You didn't go?
I don't.
You
I
probably
don't ride rides.
You don't ride rides.
Why not?
They make me punch fetuses.
What?
Wow.
So let's
And
edit,
our special guest,
let's edit that out.
Guys, I smell a t-shirt. What do you guys think?
roller coasters make me punch penises.
No, I don't like not having a control over my body, and so
Right.
being in roller coasters just freaks me out.
Mostly I
I
agree
love
with you.
rides.
I love it.
You know what rides I actually do not like? I enjoy roller coasters because it's fun, but one type of ride that I do not enjoy is just like a dead drop. Where it's like, hey, we're up high,
Nope.
and now it's like,
So, okay,
we're falling.
I have a
free
story.
falling.
We
Yeah.
also have a story about this.
So when we went to Cedar Point just this last weekend, so Emily, she likes roller coasters. But she refused to go on Power Tower.
I do too.
Which for those who don't know Cedar Point, it's the one that goes really high and
It's literally just
huge. It's a dead drop.
Yeah, it's
And she refused to go on Millennium Force, even though she likes roller
Millennium
coasters.
Force is good
But it was something about the drop, like
because
she
it
just,
goes up so fast.
It goes so it just
and
goes
it just drops.
then drops.
Yeah,
Well, we got her in line for Power Tower.
I can't believe that. That's the scariest ride.
And that's the thing. She was even like, okay, guys, like, okay. We got up,
Peer pressure.
and like we looked up, and we're like, and I've been on it before, and like further away, it doesn't look that high.
Right,
You get up
you
to
get
it,
closer
you
and
get
you're
up
like,
to it, it doesn't look that high. You get up there, and you're like, this is like 3 times as high as I thought this was.
You think it's like a top
And so
thrill.
we're going up, and we're on the one that doesn't shoot up, and
Oh,
like
so it just tick, tick, tick.
it tick 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 tick. I don't have a fear of heights, but even I was like, we're gonna die.
Uh-huh.
Like there's this primal fear of
I
like
do not ride
something's
that
gonna
ride
break.
because I heard that girls with long hair, it gets caught in the thing and it like rips your rip.
So they told all the girls to put it in a ponytail.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I still wouldn't be comfortable
So
with that.
Emily is sitting right next to me,
I would be like, if I had a
and
ponytail, I'd be like holding it.
She's like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and we
Tick,
like
tick,
stop
tick,
tick
tick, tick,
tick.
tick.
I fucking hate you. We didn't even drop yet.
So everyone on that ride is just like,
You're like, I fucking hate you. Whoosh. He's like, fucking Christ, Jesus.
Alex and I just recently.
Wait, who would tell the story?
With words?
With words, yes. Words,
Wait,
words,
let's
words.
let our word specialist tell this story.
Find a use for the word enticing.
All right, so we went on this enticing ride.
There it is.
I nailed it. Whatever.
Where were we?
So we went to Disney World, not Land.
We went to Disney
in Florida.
Hollywood Studios.
Right? And this was like the one where it's all movie based and all
That's
that.
the one in Florida, right? I'm just kidding.
Yes, it's the one in Florida. It's the one in
I
Florida.
thought it was in Ohio.
None of those
That's
things.
Cedar Point.
That
I
is
was gonna
Cedar
say
Point?
that's
I'm
your point.
kidding.
Kalahari.
Anyway,
So we went down there.
Japanese?
Safari. The point is, we went to Florida. We went to Disney World, and it was a lot of fun. And like, we got there early in the morning. It was like
when the park opened.
Yeah, we got there at like 9.
8.
When the park opened, and we got in and we were mesmerized. It was beautiful and awesome. We were all like, "Oh, this is great! This is great!" And Jody was like, "This is the first ride I want to do," and she pointed, and I was like, "Okay, cool. That sounds fun."
What's it look like
Well,
on the outside?
I mean,
we're walking up.
well, it was pretty tall. It was a pretty tall ride, and so I didn't know anything about it going in, and we approached, and we didn't have to wait in line because it was still early enough. Now, this ride was the Tower of Terror.
Uh-huh.
Now, if nobody knows what the Tower of Terror is, I'll tell
terrifying.
you. Terror's in the title, sir. I'll have you know that it lives up to his name.
Should I judge the book by its cover?
Yes, 100%. So, I didn't know I literally knew 0 things about this other than Tower of Terror. It's tall. It's not the Eddie Murphy movie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I get them confused.
Right,
anyway.
right. So we walk in and like there's like a line and it opens up and it's kind of like a hotel lobby area and it's like, oh, this is neat. And this was the first ride. This was the first, and I've never been to Disney World in my life. I'd never been. And so I was like, I don't know what I'm in for. I don't know what this is going to be. And they had people that were dressed up as like lobbyists and busboys and stuff like that. Bellhops, thank you. And they were like, well, we'll have you go right this way. And they were like in character. And I was like, that's cool. And then we walk up to this door that's closed, like this elevator. Not
we
an
were
elevator.
in the elevator.
Yeah. And it opened up, and they were like, all right, you can all go in now. And we went in, and then I closed the doors behind us, and we were in this like 10 by 10 room. It was like real small. And then the lights went dark, and somebody screamed.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was a plant or if that was just somebody was scared.
Yeah.
And then like a screen came on, and it was Rod Serling from Twilight Zone, and like the Twilight Zone music was playing, like doo 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 doo, and like the title card was playing, and I was like, this is a Twilight Zone thing. This is awesome. I love the Twilight Zone. It's one of my favorite like older shows. And
That's it right off the building. Anyway.
I wasn't looking.
Obviously.
And it was hot, and it was like, we're about to travel through another dimension. That's my Rod Sterling. And he talks about this. He like starts to tell this Twilight Zone story where it's like this hotel that was struck by lightning one day, while this group of people was like in an elevator. And as it was happening, you saw like this building, and it looked like a very fancy building, but then there was a crash, and then like half the building was just gone. And we talked in the last episode about like 9/11 imagery from like buildings being destroyed, and that's immediately where my mind went. I was like, "Oh, that's dark and horrifying to me." I'm probably the only one who yeah. But I like immediately just got like this dread sinking feeling inside me. It's like, oh, those people just died. Like those were people that are like dead now. And so that's where my mind went. And so
it's like if they put a hospital on the moon. Continue.
It's kind of like that. Hate you, Doctor Who reference. And so they were like, and then it's like, now this is going to be a very special episode of the Twilight Zone because you're going to be involved in the story now. And then the movie part ended. These doors opened, and they had us go through another line, and then they strapped us into these seats, and this was where it started to really look like
an elevator.
In an elevator, yeah. It was like, you're in an elevator now, and I was like, just like the thing. And then it took us through like this track, and I don't know how they did it. Through the hallways, and there was like these ghosts and like the characters that we saw in the elevator before the lightning bolt were there.
Great Disney engineering, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
Imagineering, sorry.
And I was like, well, this is like haunting, but cool and creepy. Like I've never seen anything like this, blah blah blah. And we were moving forward slowly, and then we like stopped, and everything went dark, and it was just nope. Straight down. Like the ground gave out beneath us. Well, we were still in the room.
Elevator
we were in the elevator, but it just started falling. I did not know this was happening.
And so I'm like,
so we're like
you think you're dying, like you think the
ride
no,
exactly.
You think the ride is like
something happened.
You are part of a tragedy that
yes.
has befallen Disneyland.
I didn't even. My brain didn't even get there though. I just thought like, oh, I'm dying. Like I'm just actively dying right now. Exactly. Yeah. Because I was like, we're falling. We are falling. We are going to die. We're falling. And then
are you screaming?
No.
Yes. Well, no. He wasn't at that point.
I didn't scream. I was just like. like it went beyond.
Shitting. He was shitting.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
That did not happen. I'll have you guys know. And then it like slowed down, and I was like, "Oh, this is part of the ride." And then we shot back up, and then it like kind of did that a few times. And it even went faster, and I was just like, "There's nothing to hold on to because you're strapped in, but
And
there's
that's
like
it.
no
There's
bars."
no harness. There's nothing.
No, so I couldn't like I was just like doing this, like I was just holding on to like my chest,
And
I
I'm,
was like,
I'm holding on my ears because I bought ears.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm hanging onto those, but
So I was just like, I'm dying again, and then it stopped, and like we went off, and my legs were shaking, and I was like, that wasn't fun at all. Like I did not enjoy myself. It's like that was awesome. What'd you think? And I was like, we're never doing that ride again.
So let me have my input on this story. We're walking up to the hotel. You clearly see the windows open and the elevator drop. So I got from, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a drop ride because you can literally look up and see the people dropping.
Mm-hmm. I was not paying attention. I was like Disney World. I was seeing all the awesome things in front of me, not way up there.
Well, and I do just a lot of research on Disney, but so I fully knew what we were getting into, and we walked off that ride. I didn't know Alex didn't know what it was. I was like, "Oh, do you want to do it again? That was so much fun. The line is still really short." And he's like, "I want to die."
Yeah, my hair was like white.
He
I looked
literally
like
was
Einstein.
like, "Oh my god, I thought I was gonna die."
I was like, I did not enjoy that at all. Like, not even a little bit. Like, that was
And I couldn't believe that because Alex loves thrill stuff more than I do.
right. Like, and I like love horror movies. I love like watching creepy videos online. And I love like feeling like I'm in danger.
We should plan a bro trip to Cedar Point.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
I see how it is.
It's a
You're
bro
a bro.
It's a bro. No, it's a bro trip.
Yeah, but you're a bro.
It's a bro trip.
Why can't we have a Peeves and Q's trip?
Unrelated,
like
no,
it.
unrelated to the bro trip.
Yeah.
Also, we should do a Peeves and Q's
Whatever.
podcasting. But yeah, and all the other rides that we went on we went on Star Tours, which is the Star Wars ride. We don't have time to like get into it, but man, was it! But not, like C-3PO was there, and they actually had like an animatronic with the voice of Anthony Daniels, which is essentially just C-3PO.
Mm-hmm.
So like we actually had C-3PO there with us.
It was awesome.
It was so cool.
And I've been to almost all the Disney parks now, and that one was definitely my favorite.
There's an Indiana Jones like stunt choreography thing.
So you should definitely go if you're in your mid-20s. Definitely a park for you.
I don't care how old you are. Go. Don't ride the Tower of Terror unless you
If you're
know what you're
67
getting
and have a heart condition, go. It's the best way to
If
die.
you're pregnant.
Oh, it is.
Go.
Don't go. Jordan will. I mean, our
Yeah.
special guest will punch your fetus.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, if we're on the same roller coaster.
Let's take that out.
If you're smoking, pregnant, or maybe become pregnant, do not trade
During the ride.
During the ride, at any point.
Unless you're smoking crack cocaine, because you gotta do something.
How are you, Jordan?
Did you do anything fun this weekend?
I did the dishes.
Yeah.
All right. Working on that
I
to-do
appreciate
list.
it. We just dirtied some.
Pizza.
No, I'm a pretty boring guy, but I did last Saturday. I went to a basketball game with some guys I went to high school with. Now, let me explain. I am not an athlete, but I played sports.
No. Oh.
You played one on TV.
I played
That's a
football
good
and I played baseball. So I have friends who play football and baseball. Some that are much better than me and are actually college athletes now.
Oh wow,
And I decided to play basketball with high school seniors and college athletes.
that's cool.
And
You died.
Get your
Like,
butt whipped.
I lost.
Yeah.
I mean, it was teams.
I'm surprised.
But, like, that was a mistake. I am an overweight, out of shape person, and it didn't go my way.
Basketball's hard. Like, of all the sports, basketball scares me the most.
It's a lot of fun though.
No.
I mean, it was a great time,
It's
but
not.
man, I was dying.
I
I'd
love
rather,
basketball.
I don't know. I'd rather be
It made me
tennis.
quit smoking. Crack cocaine. Anyways,
Wow. I quit smoking heroin after playing basketball. True story.
you
What's up?
you don't smoke heroin.
You can.
You
smoke
inject it
heroin.
into your eardrum, Alex. Get your shit together.
That's right, your eardrum. Why didn't I?
You don't have an eardrum, that's why.
That's what Van Gogh did.
Van Gogh asked questions to his friends. Questions like the questions we ask here on Peeves and Q's.
Ha!
Who wants to ask the first question today?
I will.
Jordan? Special guest?
Yes. So, my fellow Peeves and Qers.
Comrades.
Yes, my comrades. That was really bad. Anyways. So, my question is, I would think that everyone here would consider themselves an artist. So if there's
We are the most pretentious group.
We are, of course.
Well, artist is a blue-collar profession. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I see it that way. Anyways, if there's one project you could do, like, it doesn't matter the reality of it, just any dream project, and why that one project over anything else.
And yours would be?
Mine would be So, if my writings got published, specifically, I've been writing this novel since I was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up with the idea with it when I was a young child, and I wrote it in high school, and it was terrible because I was in high school.
Sure.
And so I've been rewriting it recently, and if I could get that to A, be a novel, and then B, direct a film adaptation of that novel, that would be my dream job, because like this is one of those grandiose, like, 7-part novelization sets, and I know what I want to do with it, and it's really the culmination of why I think writing is so awesome, because you get to create situations where you have your voice out there, and I have so many things that I think, and then I feel, and then I have opinions on, and this thing covers it all, and I just want it to exist out there for other people to be like, yeah, I agree with you, or even say I don't agree with you, just because that's also valid.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Quaff?
Cool.
Man.
I would. So you repeat the question?
You're not
One
the boss of me
project
now.
that you would do over any other project,
Okay.
and why?
All right. Yeah, my Superman project right
Mhm.
now. Like that's kind of where all of my
Creative energy.
creative energy is sort of going right now. Yeah, I'm writing this 4-part, like what would essentially be like the first arc of like the first season, and it's great. I really enjoy it, and I've had some other people read it, and they seem to really enjoy it, and I think, yeah, that being like a showrunner for that, head writer, showrunner, and why? Just because I'm a huge Superman fan. I think no one has ever really done it in film or television. I don't think anyone's ever quite gotten it. I mean, the Christopher Reeve version, those first two, not anything after that.
The Richard
I mean,
Donners.
they captured, I think, an essence, but I don't think, because of the limitations of the time in film, like it couldn't be.
Well, you believed a man could fly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I'm a huge a fan of the character and the messages of the character and what. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd be really excited to see that.
Yeah.
And also read the novel you were talking about. I don't want to imply that.
I mean, hell, I'll show you the first chapter.
Do that.
You probably have it in your home.
Probably. Yeah.
No, I haven't. I've only shown it to Connor, and he was rather unimpressed.
Well, whatever. Connor's.
I remember.
We all know who Connor
Well, no,
is.
he showed me the version from high school.
I
Oh.
showed you the
No,
other one.
no, you didn't.
That's the one I want to
Yeah, I
read.
did.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
It's the same version. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I changed it a lot.
He made the words a little bit bigger.
he put some good words in there.
Oh, I put the
Words,
best
words.
words in it.
Is there anything
Fuck
like
you,
you
Donald
really?
Trump. I have the best words.
Is there anything like you really want to work on? Do you have like a passion project?
As an artist, in my venue that I really, really enjoy working on is special effects makeup and a little bit of costuming.
Yeah.
And prop work, like all that aspect of art. So being so close to Flint, in where we live, and Flint, the condition that it's in, I would like to, open up a studio and just do my craft really, really well and get some positive feedback back into Flint, and then, of course, overall, like getting the props out there to studios or makeuping or effectsing.
These are all verbs, yes.
And just getting in that industry would
totally.
be just fun.
Yeah. It would be a lot of fun.
And giving back to my roots.
Well, along with Connor, I'm also film and television, mostly television. That's where my creative energy is
Same.
also lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's this one. It's the first project that I ever had an idea for. It's kind of like your thing. Mine. I started this before Glee came out.
I love
Which is
that
important because I know what this is.
Right,
That's
right.
an important fact.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that that's a reference of time.
Well, it wasn't before we came out. It was it was concurrent.
Well, the idea came out
okay.
before, and it so it's this now. I'll just say what it is now. I won't get into like the whole history and
No,
backstory.
because someone will steal it from you.
Right. Well, and also it's an entire podcast or
And
a
our
couple of
podcasts are already 8 hours long.
Yeah. We don't want this to be like we have to devote a day to listening to each podcast of this thing. So it's an idea that I have. It's a musical TV show, but not like just an out and out like comedy drama set in a high school. It would be set in high school because when I was in high school, that's when I came up with the idea. So that's just where the characters were. And but it's also like very heavy sci-fi based. Like there's this alien invasion that they're dealing with. It's one of those things.
I wasn't gonna say it. But
It's one of those things where when you like talk about it, it sounds ridiculous, and when I make it, it's probably just going to be terrible and ridiculous. But I mean, most of your favorite things sound completely ridiculous when you like try to explain them.
Right.
So, and before they were to be made or come out.
I mean, yeah, an alien happened to survive the destruction of his planet, came to Earth, and the sun made him super powerful.
Right.
That's a ridiculous premise, but it's still super cool.
Yeah, it just works.
Yeah.
Like in the
Yeah, it is.
execution. There should be a show
I thought for sure you were gonna mention 2 weeks is the project.
because that will happen.
It's true. It will.
Right, and this will also happen, but is least likely to happen. I would say because it's just the reason I put it at this like dream project scenario is like just if I were to pitch this, people would be like, this is dumb. No one wants this to be made because like it's a musical. It's like a sci-fi alien invasion show, so people are just gonna be like, I don't understand any of this. It's stupid and dumb. You have to change it if you want it to be picked up or anything. But like it's just my type of like thing that I really want to make is just like the weird stuff. That's just like
We do the weird stuff. Sorry.
great reference.
Thank you.
What are you referencing?
Dr.
Dr.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Sing along blog.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Captain Hammerman.
Yes.
Corporate tool.
So that is what I would
I
want.
just might sleep with the same girl twice. I say it's never mind.
Shout out to Joss Whedon and the entire production company of that.
Yeah.
And
The
Neil Patrick
Mar-
Harris.
Marissa Tankaran and Jed Whedon.
Link in the description.
Zach
I'm
Whedon.
kidding.
Everyone over at Team Mutant Enemy.
Mutant Enemy, yep. We love you. If you want to show up and do a podcast, Joss Whedon, if you want to do a podcast with us, please, I would love that. That'd be so cool.
All right.
I will kick all of you off to do a
Calm
Joss
down.
Whedon
Call your
podcast.
tits. It'll be okay.
All right. Table.
So
The
you
table
want
is settling
to do
back.
that project.
Yes, that's like probably my dream project right now.
And Joss Whedon would direct it.
Joss Whedon, of course, directed.
Yeah, has to.
And no, Joss Whedon would write it.
I was gonna say you don't.
Joss Whedon would write it. J.J. Abrams would direct it.
So you don't do anything.
I produce it.
Okay.
I'm the one who says like, here's all the stuff that happens.
He's the EP.
Okay. Good question.
Yeah, good question. All right, good projects, everybody.
Ooh.
Ow.
So, thoughtful.
Don't ever call me that again. Not ever.
It's the
Hey.
best ball in Quidditch.
Hey, Jordan, I have a question for you. Quaffles or pancakes?
Well, waffles are just pancakes that work out, so
Sure. There you go.
They're not as good.
whatever.
Do you have a question for us?
I do have a question.
It's why.
Who is your favorite director and your favorite movie by them?
Oh,
Does it have to be a movie?
Yes.
not a TV show. Okay. What yours? What's yours?
Pass.
No, you
No,
can't
you
pass.
can't. You can't do
No,
that.
no, I actually do have one. Again, this is one of those things that's like
It's
very
at the
much
moment,
like an
right,
at the
right.
moment sort of thing.
Like next year, you might feel
Right, no, right. Right now, it's Christopher Nolan. The
You took mine. You took mine.
I'm sorry. The movie is Interstellar.
Really?
I love that movie.
Interstellar is phenomenal.
It makes I have seen that movie probably half a dozen times.
Yeah, I bet.
And every time spoilers, he leaves his daughter.
Oh.
I'm weeping.
Yeah.
Every time. It doesn't matter. I'll
Right.
see probably another 20 times
Yep.
in my life, and every time I will have the same emotional response. And also, I think it's just really well correct. I think Christopher Nolan does a really good job of framing large moments very closely.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like taking this really big thing and having that work, and then going in
intimate.
and having that be an intimate thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's mine.
Definitely. Wow. Couldn't agree more. Well, I'll get to mine.
Sure.
Yeah, you wait. Mine would be Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know why. I just really enjoy his movies that he's put out. Jaws, Jurassic Park, those are like two of my favorite movies ever. Right. You know, E.T. also really good. I don't really like E.T.
Yeah.
It's like scary, but but it is a good movie. And then basically anything that he gets his dick into, I pretty much enjoy.
Great.
So most of the women of
and
the
your
70s.
favorite movie?
Jurassic Park.
100%.
About Spielberg. I mean, I think one of the biggest reasons for his success, I mean, other than the material that he ends up choosing to direct, it's just solid work. But there's a movement to the camera.
Yep.
That he is just able to move the camera within the sequences that capture. It's weird. Capture movement. Well, of course, if the camera's moving, but really, there is a way to capture movement of the narrative plot. It's almost as if you're moving with the plot, and not the characters anyway. And
you saying the stuff that he picks, it's just so up and coming and new, and at the time it's always fresh and a different. That's what I love.
I think a lot of people don't give enough credit to Spielberg because, especially younger people, because it's the movies that he made, they're just movies that exist, and Jurassic Park's one of the best movies.
Yeah, but they changed everything.
Right, and those movies didn't exist before. Steven Spielberg had to be hey, Jaws, I'm making that from nothing. Yeah, there was the book, but I mean, the directing of that movie.
There's literally a what do I want to say? You reference it. It's the Jaws concept of not seeing the monster, and that's what makes it 10 times scarier.
Right.
Guess who made that?
Spielberg. Yeah.
So, yeah.
He makes some of the greatest movies of all time.
Right.
Well, I was going to say Christopher Nolan.
You can also say Christopher Nolan.
I'm going to not, just for variety's sake.
I was going to say if you did, if you were going to pick a movie different and why,
movie,
something
movie.
About him that you
what
also.
What movie did you pick?
Interstellar.
Mine would be The Dark Knight.
Okay.
I mean,
other than that, it's Batman. I assume.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, mostly that is Batman because Batman's the best. But I mean, if Batman didn't exist before The Dark Knight came out, but everything about it was still exactly the same, it'd probably still be one of my favorite movies because it is incredibly solid, beginning to end. I don't think there's a single frame of that movie that I think
is wasted. It's
a
wasted frame.
I completely agree, and I am so rough on that type of stuff.
Yeah. I think a lot of why this movie is so good is because Heath Ledger passed away immediately after they filmed, before they were even done with they couldn't do pickups for his character because he passed. They finished principal photography, but they couldn't do any pickups. So I think they had to reach a point where they're we can't work on this movie more, which a lot of movies can be worked too much.
Definitely,
sure. You can do too much work, and I think a lot of movies have that problem where they're just we're going to keep getting in there and doing secret edits and stuff like that. But The Dark Knight couldn't do that for Heath Ledger anyway.
So what director are you going to pick now?
Well, instead of that would be my answer, but for variety's sake, I want to say J.J. Abrams, which I know is the popular answer.
Definitely, very 2016, and then you probably still are special guests.
Did I steal yours too?
That's okay. I have another one.
Can I say the Russo brothers? Or was that?
can.
Okay. The Russo brothers did.
He's dang it, that was my other one.
It's come on, you guys. No, I want to say J.J. Abrams because even before he was directing Star Trek, I was a huge fan. He did Lost.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, he did Star Trek too, but I meant Star Wars, and because I was referring to Star Trek.
See, I know.
Yeah. He was because he directed Star Trek, which was at the time the best Star Wars movie that had ever been made. That was not a mistake. But no, that movie was really good. A lot of maybe not as what Star Trek is, as an adaptation, maybe not so much. But as a film, that's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
The tone of it, the directing, everything about it's just really.
Even Into Darkness, which a lot of people hate on.
I wasn't as crazy about it. There's just too much about it that was inconsistent. Yeah. But I would say, well, at this point,
what about Abrams?
I love
in his style.
I love the tone of his movies. There's just a feel to them, a magic almost.
I was gonna say that's almost fun and serious at the same time.
Yeah, it's just, it feels like you can easily just become a little kid again watching his movies. Like when you watch Star Trek or episode 7, you're like, this is just fun. I have a huge smile on my face. Like everything about this is just...
He captures the magic of movies.
And something about Abrams that I think is really interesting, because I would, and this is interesting, don't hate me for this, my favorite Abrams films are his Mission Impossible films.
Really?
Now, I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm a Trekkie.
Yeah.
But there's something about those two films, maybe not as much in Star Trek, because it definitely had an Abrams feel, but like, I didn't see Abrams in Star Wars. I saw Star Wars.
I was going to say, should you?
I'll tell you why I saw
You shouldn't.
There were things about there were things about what you see. I mean, I see Spielberg in every Spielberg film.
Yeah.
And
I guess I just don't see it because.
Well, I think that's just what movies became after that.
Yeah.
Like that was just like the most basic what a movie is, but not because like he's bad, but because like he's so good he like defined it. Spielberg did.
Yeah.
But so like I mean, there are things about Star Wars that are very Abrams. I mean, he's the EP. He was part screenwriter and he had a hand in a lot of things. And Star Trek, it was more Abrams-y. But I love those Mission Impossible films because those I felt were him.
Right.
This is like if my style on something that is completely not mine, or that is completely mine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, I think what he does best is world building.
Sure.
You see this. I think I haven't really seen that much of his non-space stuff.
So would this be more of him as a showrunner than as a?
Oh, Lost is phenomenal, but like he had little to do with Lost. But I mean, like if you watch the movies, the Star Trek films,
sure,
there is an aspect of those movies in like the way the world is constructed and like the props that everyone's using, the costumes, the visual style of them that I don't think other directors bring to those movies. You still do get world building in other movies and like set design and stuff like that, but there's
costumes definitely.
Yeah. But there's something about like Into Darkness has this moment in like the very beginning where Mickey from Doctor Who like wakes up and he like hits his alarm clock, and the alarm clock is like so specific looking. Like there's so much attention to detail in each scene that he directs. Like you can feel it. Like
I was gonna say Ron Howard is like that too. He's very detail oriented.
Right. Yeah.
See, and I would say Ron Howard would be like a thematic successor to like Spielberg.
Yeah,
that's probably why I like it so much. Like how I know this is gonna sound stupid. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Well, that was more a Tim Burton movie.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not.
No, it wasn't.
Tim Burton was not attached to that.
No, I know he wasn't attached to it. But
I
it
didn't.
Felt like one.
Well, thank you for ruining How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on, just the specific detail that Cindy Lou Who holds a pencil and it's Susian. It's not straight. It's not just curved. It's Susian like
right,
that.
Right.
Now, but stuff like that, I gotta wonder, like, is that mainly the art department because
he approved?
He walks
through and
but there are some not every director is a Peter Jackson where they go in and they want to know every. I'm just trying.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
think Ron Howard would.
Sure,
Howard would.
I'm just trying to give kudos to art department.
Yes,
yeah, definitely
right.
I mean, well, I think it's like JJ goes to the art department and says like, "Here's what I want. Make it happen."
Well, for Star Wars, he literally said, "Make costumes. If I like them, they're in."
Yeah, definitely, right. So J.J. Abrams.
Well, because that's such a style that every Universal costumer knows and does their research.
One of my favorite things about Abrams, which at the time I didn't like. But I've come to sort of rescind that.
The lens flares.
Well, I mean, definitely lens flares.
I love the lens flares.
But like talking about like his collaboration like with his art department and everything. So there was a mock-up of like the Enterprise.
Yeah.
For the 2009. It's online, by the way. It looks fantastic.
Does it not look like the Enterprise?
It looks. I mean, the Enterprise has a very specific silhouette. Unless you deviate completely, I mean, it's gonna look like the Enterprise.
Well, that's
regardless.
what I'm saying. Did it look different?
It looks like if you could take the version from the films and then the version from the original TV show and make it and like put it together,
sure,
and like not chrome it up, but like give it a very like military feel.
Oh yeah.
Like that. I mean, it looks really good. And I was like, yeah, this is it. And then when I saw the first image of the Enterprise, but what we see it, I'm like, oh, it looks like an Apple product.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is so dated.
Yeah.
This looks terrible. And at the time, I hated this because there was a special feature on that film, and it said, or it was Abrams. He was like, yeah, I want make it more of a hot rod. Make the Enterprise a hot rod. And I'm like, no, stop it. But I've gotten older, and I'm like, no, like you need variety in everything. And I think he has a really good eye for what affects people. What he seems like have his ear to like
right
what people, not just what they need in like narrative, but like what they want to see visually.
I think J.J. Abrams directs movies as an audience member.
Sure,
Like he knows
every director
should.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them just don't have that
Yeah.
eye for like what the audience is going to
Or
see in
looking
this.
for, yeah.
Right. And J.J. Abrams is really good at being like, how's this going to look? How's this going to feel for the audience?
We all know that George Lucas didn't do that.
No, he didn't.
But,
He was like, I'm going to sit in this chair and drink my coffee, and that's how I'm going to direct movies. I'm just going to sit and drink this coffee. All part of my original vision.
Dang it, you always beat me. Anyway.
All right.
Did you think of one?
Special guest.
I think my favorite director is William Irwin.
William Irwin.
Connor gets it. One of my professors. It's a
Film director.
It's a joke.
Sir. Film director.
He's probably done it. Anyways.
Be like, what did he?
No, I'd say George Lucas for his original trilogy was. I'm kidding.
Hey.
Well, no, he only directed A New Hope. He did not direct Empire.
That's true. No,
he did not direct Jedi.
It's not George Lucas.
I'm a troll.
And I feel bad because I'm not one who particularly studies directors. So even though there are things I'd like to say, like whoever directed Zombieland or Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, those are movies I really love, but I don't know who those directors are. So I'll go with one that I know, which is Joss Whedon.
Sure. Yes.
Because he directs very much in the same way that I would direct. Like, when I see him do scenes, I can see the way that he as the director has put his spin on the scenes. And I think, yes, those are the same choices I would make. And I really like his style. It really connects to me. Like, he just creates these awesome moments. Because, I mean, creating performance is a collaborative art, especially theater and film. But in film especially, the director has so much pull on exactly how scenes are built, and just the way he builds them is so epic. Like, it's almost like he creates cartoons but out of real life, and it's like, yes, that's awesome.
There's a quality to Joss Whedon's directing that I see this more in the shows that he's like produced and directed, the episodes that he's directed, that much like Abrams. So like if Abrams directs as an audience member, Joss Whedon directs as a fan.
Yeah.
And not
because he goes everywhere and puts him. He goes and directs everything.
Yeah. And not like, oh, I'm such a fan of my own work, but like there is like a virtue to loving what you're creating, and knowing other people, or at least want other people to love it as much as you, so you put as much of yourself.
And Connor, I know you and I were like a fan of, say, Firefly before even Iron Man came out.
Oh,
so this was like long before like he was attached to do the Avengers.
I mean, we were huge Joss Whedon's fans before like he was. I mean, a household name.
Yeah, before it was cool,
right?
Seriously.
Well, I mean, Joss Whedon has been the guy for a while because of Buffy and Angel.
Which was
for cult people who follow those.
Right.
Shows. But now you're having kids say Joss Whedon.
Well, they're saying Josh Whedon. It's really
I almost said it myself.
And here's what I really love I love artists because I understand you become a professional artist to make money. But there's still something so true about sticking to I create art because I love art. During the big strike in Hollywood, what did Joss Whedon do? He made a goddamn musical because fuck it.
Well, he was like, oh, hey, I guess
did
this
you
TV
mention
thing
your
isn't
favorite
working.
Thing that he's directed?
Yeah. What's your favorite thing of his that he's directed? And you know what? Because it's Joss Whedon, I will open it up to TV show.
Yeah, because he's more of a...
He directed like 2 episodes of Roseanne. I'm just throwing that out there.
Did he?
4 episodes
Yeah,
of Roseanne,
4?
I'll have you know.
Okay.
4 episodes.
He did.
He did. That's how he got his start.
He cut his teeth on Roseanne.
He did.
Don't you? No.
No.
Oh man, I would have to say, and it's weird because I'm not a horror movie fan. I'm gonna have to say Cabin in the Woods.
Not a horror movie.
It's not.
Right, it's not. It's a meta comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he direct it?
He did not.
He didn't.
He was.
I thought
he
he did.
was like screenplay. It was
He
Drew Goddard.
He co-wrote with Drew Goddard,
I
and then
want to allow it though. Mostly.
No, because I have another.
Okay.
I would have to say, for that very same quality I mentioned earlier, his ability to make live action cartoons, The Avengers.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because honestly, if you animate that, it's still the same movie, and
Asterisk
I love
C,
that.
Marvel Cinematic Universe Marvel podcast.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Link in the
Right.
description.
Yeah,
Probably.
You should have listened to it already. Get your shit together.
Right. It was the last episode. What are you guys doing? Quit wasting my time. Edgar Wright. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and I completely agree that like he's on my list. Like
He loves
definitely.
that.
Such a great
Scott
movie.
Pilgrim is fantastic. Shaun of the Dead is fantastic.
Oh, I love Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
At World's End, great movie. Haven't seen
At
Hot Fuzz
World's
yet.
End. Oh my god.
Hot Fuzz is great.
I've
Is
heard.
it? I just
It's on
can't
Netflix.
bring myself to
It's
watch
not-
it for some
it's
reason.
not-
Did that same director do all those movies?
He did all
Yeah.
3. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
That's why
part
they
of the
call it the
Cornetto
trilogy.
trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Joss Whedon. I love you. I have to change my answer.
I know, right?
Those movies, like Shaun of the Dead, was my first introduction into the zombie movie genre, and I loved it because it was funny.
It
I
is
love Simon
the
Pegg and
movie.
Nick Frost.
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz is on par with Shaun of the Dead.
Really?
To me,
it's,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a great movie.
I've heard
It's
Well,
very,
then- well,
it's
then-
different. It's
Well, then it's better than World's
yes,
End.
yes,
See,
it is.
Okay.
And I would disagree. At World's End
I
is
love
one
it.
of my favorite.
I love it.
The movie is okay. The ending, that final monologue of Simon Pegg is like that is my one
I
of my
love Simon
favorite
Pegg's
monologues.
entire character in that
Yeah.
movie.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
He's like John Bender but English.
King, something King.
Larry King. No, Gary
Something.
King.
Gary King, yeah.
Jerry King.
No,
Harry King.
We know a Gary King, and that's
Barry
what we're
King.
Like, what?
Mary
Gary
King.
It's Gary. I know.
Yeah.
I know the King.
Well, they don't know.
They don't know. We know a Gary King. Yeah, Edgar Wright, man alive.
What a director.
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
director.
Like Shaun of the Dead, it's such a surprising movie because you go in and you're like,
You're like,
it's a
ow.
fun, it's
Yeah.
it's going to be a funny zombie
I
spoof
love it.
movie, and then
I
it's
love
like.
it.
It's like, yeah, here's a funny spoof movie, and it's like, here's this like relationship between like this guy and his best friend. It's like, and here's like
And
all
this
this stuff with
woman
his
and
mother,
this-
right?
yeah.
And this mother, and they just keeps packing stuff, and you're like,
Bill Nye is
There's
is
two
in it?
more,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
suddenly.
yeah, and then it's like Bill Nye, and you're just like,
We've
what? And it's like,
cosplayed it.
hello, Sean, and you're like, whoa, there he is.
We've cosplayed
It's Larry
as
Bartfast.
Shaun of the Dead.
You've got red on you.
You've got red on you. I cosplay as Sean all the time.
All the time.
Because it's so easy for me because I have red hair, so I can just put on like I have a white button-up shirt, a red tie, and we printed off a special name tag specifically
And a
for
red
it,
pen.
and we have a pen. So I'm just able to like throw that, and then I'm just wearing just a uniform. Like I could just take the name tag off and just be wearing whatever, and I could just go out in public. So it's really easy for me. And you went as the
Yes.
dead once. I went as Sean. you
Oh
went
yeah,
as
the dead. I went as a zombie once. Yeah.
It was really funny. There was once we had Tyler, friend of the podcast, dress up as Nick Frost's character.
It was great.
As a zombie.
No,
No, we wanted to. Just
Oh,
didn't
that
have enough
ending
time.
though.
We-
Heartwarming.
I know.
Heartwarming.
Mhm.
Player
Playing
2
video
has
games.
entered the game.
Good question.
Whose was that? Yours?
Yeah, it's mine.
What do you have a question for us?
Mine's going to... I feel like it's going to be hard.
Okay.
But it might not be. Yeah, you can.
That's what she said.
All right, just because I'm the only female in the room. No,
Whoa.
No, it's because you just watched The Office.
Let's not bring race into this.
What?
What? Anyways.
Yeah, he's racist against
I'll
girls.
get to it.
Duh.
Okay.
What is one of your accidental catchphrases? And
This is
what
a
I mean
great
by
question.
that
I
is
know.
something that you get
I know
caught
mine.
saying all the time.
I know.
And
mine.
people will call you out on it, and they're like,
I know
or if
mine.
they impersonate you, that's the first thing they say. Mine,
Yeah, I know
I think I have two of them.
Mm-hmm. You do?
My first one is I was going to say something and then I forgot.
It's literally, she says this every single time we hang out. She says it once, and I've started finishing it for her.
Yeah.
Like, because...
Then the second one is where is my, and then whatever I'm looking for, and then I turn around, oh, there it is.
It's the same sentence. Where's my phone? It's right here.
It's usually my phone.
Yeah.
But I'm so angry because I've already looked for it, and then I'm at the point where I'm asking Alex where it is, and then I find it.
Yeah.
But so those are my 2 catchphrases that I unintentionally have.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know mine. I feel like you know mine better than I do.
And
The odd pause is your catchphrase.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
like the odd pause is
The thought
Or-
gathering
or the-
perfect timing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Timing's very important with me, so I probably that one.
I mean, recently your catchphrase has been Game of Thrones.
so Game of Thrones.
Like,
Or-
with that inflection, it's
right.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Or just anything. You talk for an hour, and Alex definitely reverts back to. So anyway, blah 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 blah.
Oh,
blah,
yeah,
that we were talking
yeah.
about like 3 days ago. or
Right.
whatever.
Right. So I will constantly be going back to things that have not wrapped up, but like the conversation has moved on, but there's still more stuff to say.
Yeah.
So I'll like pull back. I'll be like, but Game of Thrones though, or whatever we were talking about. It's like, oh, but in Civil War, like we were
And
talking
then,
about before.
The glass shattering thing, like referencing how much about the thing.
Yeah.
You say yeah a lot.
Do I?
It's
Yeah,
your
oh, yeah.
vocalized pause.
I know.
Oh my god!
That is true. Yeah, I did not.
Now I know. Now you won't do it. I know.
Yes, I did not realize I did that. Oh no.
Yes, it's his validating point. Is, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I do that. No, I do that too, though. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
say like.
That's the name of this episode.
A lot.
I say like a lot when I'm trying to.
You
describe.
say fantastic all the time.
I have lately, but I have to pick a different one.
I know.
I know.
I know what it is. And I want to fucking beat you.
So I swear a lot. Like if you listen to the podcast, I swear I clean it up for the podcast. Believe it or not.
I try to as well, but it doesn't
Um,
happen.
I have the tendency to say golly gosh.
What
no,
are you talking
You have
about?
a tendency to say "good golly gosh."
I do.
Good.
Guys, I
I,
smell a
uh,
t-shirt.
I don't know why I started saying it, but I did one day, and it stuck around, and it annoys the
It's
hell out of
because
Connor.
you hear somebody else saying, you're like, I could use that as a good substitute. I say like, oh, sugar smacks. Like I say that one a lot.
I watch a lot of Game Grumps, which is a another
Yeah.
YouTube channel, and one thing, one of the characters on there, whenever he gets frustrated, almost as a joke, like he doesn't generally like seriously say it, but he's like, Jiminy Christmas, dude. And now I've started like trying to not say that because it's like a ridiculous thing, Jiminy Christmas. So I try not to say that. But
Wait, did you finish?
Oh yeah, did you finish?
Oh, yeah, good golly gosh. That's the weird thing that I shouldn't say, but
that is
do.
very weird. Yeah, I'll give that to you.
So I don't think I say this as much now. When I first started at the movie theater, there was a friend there. That's in our theater department, Chaz, and
that's a good name.
Oh, he's great.
You've
He's
talked about him
fantastic.
before.
He's a really funny, sarcastic, dry.
When are you going out with him?
What?
When's your next date?
What?
Would you shut up?
What?
Okay.
Why with that?
After this, duh.
Yeah,
Like,
tonight.
It's in
So
your
let's wrap it
business.
up.
Right.
Come on.
It's your business. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna hurry
Stop.
here.
Prop 8, come on.
I don't like him.
Wow.
God.
And he does impressions. Like he'll just slip into them.
Cool.
Oh,
And
Nobody make a comment
He-
about that slip into him.
he
Yes.
Except me.
ow! Why'd you just hit me so hard?
Because domestic abuse is hilarious.
so
really is.
he does impressions very easily, and this was at a period of my life where I was surrounded at work and sort of at school, where we had a lot of classes together at the time, by idiots.
Oh yeah.
So he would say something ridiculous, and I would just say, "Oh dear God, oh dear God, oh dear God," and he would just make fun and be like, "Oh dear God, oh dear God," and I was just like, "Shut up." And so we
So
decided,
then you get self-conscious. When
yeah.
saying
So
it.
then I
Yeah.
say, yeah,
Yes.
but we decided that if I were to ever write an autobiography, my title is "Oh Dear God, the Musical."
That's a great. Why is it a musical?
Because it's Connor Clee.
Don't question it.
Okay.
Way to use full name, but
They can't find us.
He'll be famous someday, it's okay.
We'll use this.
No, we'll come up with a completely ridiculous sound effect that sounds like a car crash
Connor
or whatever.
Klingon.
Cotter Klingon. See, it gets really weird when you make jokes based on the name because people could like infer back to it.
Right.
Good question.
Oh, I thought of another one that you always say to me, and now I know you say it because I say it.
What is it?
It's either ready?
Oh, yeah.
Or,
Yep.
or I can't think of it. When someone says something that's not interesting, and that they think
So
that
funny. That?
No, not that one. I do say that a lot.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
No, or like, well, there you go. Or, I can't think of it now, but when someone says something to us and they think that we're going to be interested in it, and then we look at each other and we go, oh, I can't think of what it is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, next time I have it, I will definitely tell you.
I think that's so funny because I've heard you say that a lot.
Well, that is
I
one
do.
of, that
It's
is something
so
she
funny.
says. But
No, but that's not how you say it. You say, that's so funny.
Yeah. That one used to be mine. I definitely say the other two.
she says that less now.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever we're like, we'll go to like a store that she clearly took us to, like it's a per store or whatever, or like a
don't go to person.
whatever. I'm just saying like a clothing store or a female clothing store or whatever, and she'll just be like,
only women go to clothing stores.
a female clothing
Come
store.
on, Mr. Red.
Mostly, I mean,
Mr. spelled the long way.
Mr. spelled the long way. Whatever you guys. and she'll just be like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "No, I want to spend a couple more minutes here. Like, you go on ahead without me." That's never how it goes. I'm just like, "Ready? Yeah, I've been ready since we walked in here. Let's leave." So, yeah,
Just trying to be courteous.
yeah. Dang it! I'm not mad. I love moments like that when people are like, "You realize you do this all the time?" No, I don't.
I think it's another.
No, I
friend of
don't.
mine called me out on that's so funny, and that's why I don't say it
Yeah. So you asked a question.
Yep,
That's
I
yours.
sure did.
Did you?
It's
Yeah,
yours.
you were first. So now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question.
What is love?
Yeah, what is love, baby? Don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
Don't.
But
hurt
what if that's
me.
how I love?
No more.
Fair enough.
So I have been playing a lot of Pokemon recently. I got an emulator.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch them all. I got an.
STDs. What?
Zubat,
That's how I play.
Zubat.
Ah!
hepatitis, herpes, other things. I can't go anymore.
Hepatitis, herpes.
Chlamydia. Chlamydia.
Chlamydia could definitely be a Pokemon.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I
I'm sure.
choose you.
Krabby. Krabby.
Acid
What if
bus.
all the Pokemon are? What's cloister?
Oh god.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Anyway, so my question isn't going to be the obvious
Well,
one.
they
of-
are Pokemon.
Well, I'll maybe.
But
Yes.
Thank you.
So my question for the week is, if you guys were in the Pokemon universe,
oh shit.
what would your whole thing be? Like, what would you do?
What?
Because we only see Ash try to be a Pokemon master.
Yeah.
There's
So
a lot
everybody
of
tries to be.
there's a
except
lot of-
You're a nurse or a cop.
there's a lot of other stuff in the Pokemon universe. For example, there's trainers.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say gym training.
There's gym leaders. There's the Elite Four. There's the professors, Professor Oak. They study Pokemon. Then there's
Then there's Brock who feeds Pokemon.
well, Brock's a gym leader.
I know, but he wants to.
Breed, not feed.
But he
He does
does
make
wanna
his own
feed them.
food,
Yeah.
but
So there's that. There's like, what type of Pokemon would you specialize in, or would you just be like the strongest or that kind of thing? I'll go first. I would love to be kind of like what Officer Jenny is, like a cop in the Pokemon universe.
Which one? Just kidding.
Whatever. No, I'm not saying I want to be Officer Jenny. I'm saying I want to be a cop in the Pokemon universe, because how awesome would that be
Do
to
you
be
want
like?
to be a cop in every city?
Can I tell my story?
I'm just asking.
No, I want to be a cop.
Okay,
A cop.
okay, in one city.
In one city,
Okay.
yes. Celadon, like the big one.
Okay.
No, Saffron. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is, like, because how awesome would it be to be like, all right, got to go into work today. They sent in a herd of Voltorbs that exploded themselves in the Pokemon Center. I have to solve that mystery. Like, because, like, real crimes are, like, really interesting, but adding superhuman Pokemon abilities into that would just be amazing. To just be like, they let a herd of Ponytas loose in the city. Got to go track all those down again. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I probably wouldn't. I mean, I'm sure I'd have Pokemon. Probably a Pikachu, because I love Pikachu. So what would you guys do in the Pokemon universe?
I would be the guy that plants the trees that can't be cut down.
Oh, like all the
Yeah, all the barriers, yeah.
barrier trees. You're the worst person.
Everyone hates you.
It's what I am. No, I'd probably work in the Pokemon because I'm boring.
The Pokemon would be cool because
And
like
I'm good at handling balls and potions.
Great.
And other amenities that Pokemon trainers need.
Sure.
Like Paralyze Heal.
Like Paralyze Heal. Would you try to like use the Pokemon ingredients on humans and see what happens?
I mean, maybe if it was a Tuesday and I was a psychopath.
Sure. If those two things happened, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So would you have any Pokemon?
I would probably have like a Machop or a fighting type with thumbs that could help me out around the store.
That'd be really useful. You'd want like a Machamp though with forearms so they can like restock like in
But
4
then he
parts.
might kill me.
Maybe.
I mean, it would be slave labor, so be careful.
Pokemon want to be captured.
I mean, they say that, but
they
it could be propaganda.
It could be. But the Pokedex says though. But the Pokedex
Pokedex.
is written by
Humans.
Psycho
Professor
Oak.
Oak.
Psycho Oak. He is a bad person. He doesn't remember his grandson, but he sends him out into the world.
Well, he has dementia. What are you gonna do?
I mean, like, I don't remember who you
Yo.
are, but go ahead and go play with these dangerous animals.
Sir Quaff of House Man.
I like that. Can we keep that?
Yeah.
Great. I would probably be like, instead of a cop, kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a PI or something,
Uh-huh.
and I would have psychic and ghost type Pokemon.
That is
Brilliant.
brilliant.
Useful for a PI.
Yeah.
So an earlier question was a dream project. I want to change mine from that idea I had
Yes.
to a TV show.
Can we do this?
A PI Pokemon
Yes.
with ghost and psychic Pokemon as like the main.
Yeah, so I'd be a trainer. I'd be like a Pokemon like trainer.
But you'd like be solving mysteries and stuff.
Yeah, but like I'd be training my psychic and like ghost type.
Let's get on the phone with whoever holds the rights to Pokemon.
Nintendo.
Do they?
Yeah.
Even the shows?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're in charge of everything. Yep. Good.
Even the cards.
I'll start making the calls.
I would probably like to be on Team Rocket,
Yeah.
just because it doesn't seem that hard.
Right.
All you'd have to do is like,
Not really.
all you'd have to do is just like
Show up.
follow someone around and like try to get a Pokemon.
Well, eventually you take over Giovanni's position, and then what would you do? Have to make all the
That's
decisions.
if I'm good at my job.
I guess. Yeah.
Your competition is Jesse and James.
Yeah.
So I think you're good.
And all those rocket grunts that do nothing.
Although,
But I guess that's why I want to be them,
Zubats.
because I love Zubats. That's actually what would be my
Really?
Pokemon.
You'd have a team of Zubats?
Yeah, because
That'd be really cool to have
don't
like a
they
team
just,
of
like,
level 100
attack?
Zubats.
6 level 100 Zubats.
That'd be awesome.
Like, oh, dear
Level
God.
100 Magikarp.
They can learn Tackle, and then you're set. Except for Ghost Pokemon. Because you can't use Tackle on
But
Ghost
yes,
Pokemon.
definitely Team Rocket.
That'd be awesome.
Because it doesn't seem like there's any repercussions if they don't get their mission.
Right. There's no like jail. I know there's Officer Jenny, but there's no like jail or prison. That's
Nope.
weird.
Just execution.
Probably, yeah.
So, Sir Quaff of House Man,
Yes.
your show and your character has to be Mr. Mim. So people are like, oh, it's Mr. Mim. No, it's Mr. Mim.
Does it have an E at the end?
It has the E with the little fancy.
Sure.
Oh, was that a word?
Yeah.
It's Mime.
Mime. In the very first generation of games, like the first 3 games that they put out, there's like one Team Rocket grunt that you talk to. He's like, "So what do you say, kid? You want to join Team Rocket?" But
Yeah,
you
the
don't.
Nugget Road.
Yeah, Nugget Road, and you don't get a choice to be like, "Yes, I want that. Obviously, I want to be join Team Rocket. That'd be awesome." It's just like he just says, "No, are you sure? All right, better fight you then." And then you have to fight, and you're like,
Dang it! But I wanted to be on your team.
"Yeah, this is not
Who's to
fair."
say I don't want to be a terrorist?
Right. I cannot wait.
Basically, because I want a cool intro.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go.
I like to think that was
Bum,
just
bum,
Jesse
bum, bum,
and
bum.
James.
Yeah. Everyone else is just like,
I basically want to be
These
Jesse.
guys.
What do you want from me?
now that the new Star Wars movie showed like a stormtrooper as the main character who defects to the good guy side, I can't wait till the next Pokemon game where hopefully they have like a Team Rocket member who's
Like a
like, I'm
grunt.
gonna break away from Team Rocket and be
I
like,
can't do this anymore.
yeah. I think that'd be awesome.
I can't keep whipping my Pokemon. I gotta
I
stop.
I want a game. It's Pokemon, but it's like you take down Team Rocket from like the inside.
Yes.
That's no. I don't even mean like that's part of the game. That's the game.
Yeah.
It's the whole game.
I want that too.
Cover.
Can you imagine if Pokemon were like real animals?
There have
like
been
puppets?
there have
Like-
been there have been tons of like realistic drawings, and some of them are like really creepy.
Yeah.
Like
Some
there's
of
this
them are
one
really
of Jigglypuff in like an abandoned hospital with
no.
like
Ew.
giant eyes. I'm gonna
No,
post.
please don't.
I'm gonna post a
No,
link in the
I
description.
take it back.
It is really creepy.
No. That's like Homer Simpson when he's like real.
Yeah,
That's just
It's just
wrong.
uncanny valley to the
Guys,
nth
if
degree.
Homer Simpson were real life, he'd be pink. Like, if it were real life.
Right.
Like,
Right.
And
Well,
some
that's
of-
that's what
Some
they.
of them are, but like the
Oh.
proportions, like the head and the eyes
He
and
looks
like
like
the
a
beak.
monkey.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the coloring, the drawing, and everything's
I
real.
mean, I don't know.
Shape.
He was yellow in the Simpsons porn.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I have to go morph.
Zordon needs my help.
I know. Sorry.
Wow.
Kim
I'm
Shut
Shut your damn mouth.
I hate you so much. That's what my students say.
I know, I'm the worst.
Ladies and gentlemen, and anything in between, this has been a very special episode. No, it's not. It's been just a normal episode of Peeves and Cues.
Been terrible.
It's been terrible. We should shut this
one was
down.
pretty fun.
So thanks for listening. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Mr. spelled out the long way, Red2342. That's at Mr. Red2342. You can find the show on Twitter, at Twitter. And thank you for listening. Everyone else, you can be found on Facebook, right?
Well,
Facebook?
like Clever Girl FX Studios.
Clever Girl FX, the letters. There's also
Critical Fail Productions, soon to come YouTube channel. Keep your eyes open.
coming soon to a Facebook near you.
The YouTube.
YouTube near
YouTube?
you. That's what I said.
The YouTubes.
And look up Quaff of the House of Man.
Quaff,
Sir Quaff.
Sir Quaff, Quaff.
Sir Quaff.
He will be
On
sitting in the
Google
Iron
Maps.
Throne at the end of the series on
Is
Google
it
Maps.
On Google Maps.
Yeah, and thanks for listening. You can come back next
Go
week.
home!
Yeah, it's
They are
over.
home.
There's no more.
Get out of my
Go
house.
home.